This is your prophecy update. The Bible prophesies that a one world government will be established just prior to the second coming of Jesus Christ. One of the main proponents of the current effort to establish that one world government just passed away yesterday. David Rockefeller, called by many as Mr. Globalist, died at the age of 101. It comes from the New American. David Rockefeller, the last of his generation of the fabled banking dynasty, synonymously with wealth and power, died yesterday in New York on March 20th, and he was 101 years old. According to the Associated Press's obituary account, he embraced business and traveled and spoke widely as a champion of enlightened capitalism. The AP obituary fails to mention that David Rockefeller's definition of enlightened capitalism had nothing to do with traditional notions of free enterprise, market economics, and property rights, and everything to do with promoting a global centralized government and bureaucratic, technocratic rule. In other words, a new world order overseen by an elite oligarchy of which the Rockefellers would be the first among equals. In his autobiography titled Memoirs, published in 2002, David Rockefeller made this startling confession concerning one world government. He states, "For more than a century, ideological extremists at either end of the political spectrum have seized upon well-publicized incidents such as my encounter with Castro to attack the Rockefeller family for the inordinate influence they claim to wield over American political and economical institutions. Some even believe we, the Rockefeller family, are part of a secret cabal working against the best interests of the United States, characterizing my family and me," talking about David Rockefeller, "as internationalists," or those that believe in a one world government, "and of conspiring with others around the world to build a more integrated global political and economic structure, one world, if you will. If that's the charge, I stand guilty and I am proud of it." So he was not apologetic in saying, yes, I'm an internationalist and I'm pushing for a one world government. A longtime leader of the ultra-secretive Bilderberg Group conferences, David Rockefeller had this to say to the accommodating members of the establishment media in attendance at the 1991 Bilderberg meeting. He states, "We are grateful to the Washington Post, the New York Times, Time Magazine, and other great publications whose directors have attended our meetings and respected their promises of discretion for almost 40 years. It would have been impossible for us to develop our plan for the world if we had been subjected to the lights of publicity during those years. But the world is more sophisticated and prepared to march towards a world government. The supranational sovereignty of an intellectual elite and world bankers is surely preferable to the national autodetermination practiced in past centuries." So he was not apologetic. He was saying, hey, thank you for all these main news medias that didn't really report on what we were trying to do, and our ulterior motive was a world government. And even though they knew what we were doing, these major news media outlets didn't report on it. And he was thanking them for that. So what is the global political and economic structure that Mr. Rockefeller is referring to and devoted his life to establishing of the last several decades? Well, it is the very same world government prophesied to be in power just prior to the second coming of Jesus Christ. Has the move towards a world government stopped because of the passing of David Rockefeller? Absolutely not. It's ongoing more than it ever has been, and it is in power as we speak.